Hey everyone.
Hello.
Brandon.
Oh.
Where we at?
Well,
What are we doing today?
we got back. We were in Canada waters yesterday, technically.
Oh, yeah.
But we officially got back to Canada, to Vancouver Place, Canada Place, I'm sorry, in Vancouver. Believe it or not, we're a little tired. We always are. Everyone always is on their very last day cruise vlog videos. Like we said yesterday in the debrief, this is going to be short. They're a little disjointed, I guess.
So we're in a room right now. We're getting ready to head out. We got to go pick up some alcohol that we purchased from the distilleries that we went to in Azure. And then after that, hopefully we're going to be off the ship shortly. We're going to check our bags at Canada Place. Go get breakfast. We'll show you that. Hopefully everything works out good. And then a little exploration, maybe then onto the airport.
And onto the airport to sit for a couple hours, because we are not going to be back in Orlando technically until tomorrow. 7:44 in the morning, which for us will feel like 4:44.
Maybe we'll show you fun stuff in the airport here in LAX.
Yeah, so we fully understand if this isn't your favorite video. If you're don't watch this first. Go back and watch our other ones.
But if you are coming for gluten-free dining and traveling, stay tuned. We'll show you a couple different things.
Yep.
And also, interestingly, this is the first time we have woken up while we are still... Well,
we're still moving.
No, we've still had that like at Nassau and stuff. But usually when we come back to like Port Canaveral, we're already there. We're docked. We wake up and we're like, no.
Yeah, so we are pretty much here. You can see it right here.
Yeah, we took some video of us kind of coming in to the harbor area.
We're still moving, actually.
Yeah, we're not fully docked.
Yeah, we're not fully docked yet. But in saying that, we're going to leave the room, go down and get our from Azure, where our alcohol should be.
And if this is the first Alaska cruise vlog you've stumbled upon, go back and see the rest.
Go back and see the rest, please.
Right now, we're just a little tired, but we are super excited because it was the best cruise ever.
Cruise of all time, but ready to get out of the stateroom for the last time.
Not really, but we're going to do it.
Let's go. All right, everyone, we made it through customs. We got some Starbucks, but we have cursed news.
Oh, no. We always, as tradition, touch the ship on and off when we get
embarkation, debarkation, and we did not touch it on the way off today, so we are in for bad luck probably. This is not good. This is an ancient mariner truth.
Or a Brandon story that...
No. It's completely true, and this is scary. But we did make it through customs very easily.
Yeah, pro tip, you can bring canned salmon home.
Yes, you can. We did confirm.
I was reading the declaration thing and I was like, uh-oh.
Yep, but customs is cool.
You're right.
Yeah, very nice. Unlike when we got here, not so nice. But no, very good experience through customs on the way back. Got some Starbucks. Yeah. And where are we going?
Well, we're going to Heirs Pears for breakfast because we were on our first day here in Vancouver. Because all the other places we want to go don't open till later.
Yeah.
And we don't want a chance at being in the airport. But also, if you are staying in Japan Pacific, another benefit is you can actually check your luggage after you've disembarked at the cruise ship if you have time here in Vancouver. So they check your luggage, and so you're able to drop it off.
Yep.
You can go into the town gluten-free.
Yes, so we are going out for a gluten-free breakfast at a gluten-free place, which you saw on day 0.
Yeah, 100% gluten-free, and it was our best option this morning, and we love the food, so...
Yeah. Heirs Pears? Heirs Pears. I keep saying it wrong, everyone. But it was delicious last time. It's going to be delicious this morning. And then to the airport.
Yeah, then we're going to come back, get our luggage, get a cab or an Uber, and then head back to the airport for a long wait before our flight.
Yep. So we'll see you at breakfast. Breakfast was delicious.
Amazing. So good. Highest of high recommendations for Heirs Pears.
Yep.
I will give a pro tip. Walk up the street by the Art Institute because there's kind of a party area outside of the one side of Heirs Pears, and there's a lot of trash and glass.
A lot of broken glass on the ground, a lot of, I don't know, we were safe everywhere we went.
Oh, yeah,
completely safe. Yep. But there are, just like any big city, including Orlando, there are better areas and worse areas. And the first time we went there, we went through a worse area, but this time we went through the better. So, but no, we don't know what we're doing now. We are wandering and heading back to the hotel area. Oh.
And Brandon, who should have brought their, it's like a wedding or a nice
wedding. Something's going on
Brandon,
over here.
who should have brought another shirt with him?
I should have. So to make up for it, the Apple store is right here. Let's go in and buy an Apple product. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All right, and we just got footage. What did we just see, Sarah?
Oh, we just saw one of the, who was telling us? Oh, Sat was telling us. Our stateroom host was saying that they had a Coast Guard training today and drill.
On the ship.
Yeah, so they were doing that, and we just saw them all go by.
A little bit of footage, so we'll insert that, but we are back at the port.
We are, and I want to get right back on the amazing Disney Wonder.
Yeah.
But alas.
We're going to go find some geocaches.
Yeah, we're going to go maybe try to find a geocache and hang out a little bit longer, and then we're going to be off to the airport.
Off to the airport. Right, so we just came across a family who follows us on Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah, so we posted throughout the cruise, we've been posting Instagram stories and sharing just highlights when we can from the cruise. So a lot of people have been following along, and they were following, and they're now getting ready to go on the Wonder.
Yeah, so Sarah,
we're getting excited.
Sarah is correct. I guess Instagram stories are a thing.
Yeah, and they actually said the food recommendation we gave for the Dutch, which is just down here with the crates, they actually went and got them.
Yeah, absolutely. So happy with them. It was very quick conversation. They were getting on board. We're about to get on board, right?
Yes, they're from the UK.
Yeah, they're from the UK, right, Manchester.
Yeah,
Manchester. So it was wonderful to meet you, and they said their niece.
Yeah, it's gluten-free.
So shout out to her. We did not get your name. We apologize, but shout out to you. So
it was awesome. And continued reminders. Please say hello to us.
Yeah.
We love chatting with people. It's awesome. It's so fun to see other people getting excited and get to go on the trip.
Yeah, and like we said, whether it's the 2 minutes we talk to them or sitting down for drinks like we did with some others on this cruise, which you've seen that in the video with Sarah, Shannon, and William.
Yeah, this has been the most fun cruise getting to talk to people.
And we talked
so
to
much fun.
Ashley, right? A lot.
Ashley,
quite a bit. Andrea,
Sarah, William, Shannon.
A lot of people.
Lots of folks.
So it was a blast. So who knows? Maybe we'll see someone right over here. But seriously, come up to us. To me, it's awesome because it's humbling. I'm like, oh, people actually watch us. We know they do, but it's sometimes I don't believe it. So, all right, ready geocache.
Let's go.
All right. All right, so we're through security and we still don't like Vancouver Airport. We never have. Sorry, Vancouver, your airport. We're not a fan of your airport. And between the two of us, we have traveled quite a bit. This is one of our least favorite airports. But heading towards the gate, and we will have a seat and catch up with you guys. All right, we are sitting down at our gate.
We are, and I feel like we need to apologize for those people who Vancouver is your home airport. We are sorry we said mean things.
I'm not apologizing, everyone.
We have the Orlando airport, so y'all can talk shit about our airport because we know the security and stuff there stinks.
Orlando's better. Not the city, the airport.
That's true. We live in Vancouver. But what did we do? We went and got
some
drinks.
stuff to. Yeah, I just got a water. Sarah got a unsweetened iced tea from Starbucks. What else did you get though?
Yeah. Well, Brandon got sandwiches from
Starbucks.
Sandwiches. And then we were looking in the shop because I wanted snacks, and I found some cool certified gluten-free candies. So yeah, we're gonna have these for different aspects.
And you've not seen these before, right?
No.
So what are they?
This one is caramelized nuts and sea salt, and this one is like a chocolate fruit
Looks good.
trail mix kind of thing. So we will have those for different legs of the trail.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat some of this right now.
All right, let's enjoy it.
Yeah.
All right, and then we'll sit here for what, an hour and a half?
We've got about an hour and a half.
All right. Well, we're on our flight.
All right, we're getting ready to go down.
Let's do it. All right, and like that, we are on the ground in Los Angeles.
Yes, leg one.
Leg one done.
We have like 3.5 hours to go.
Yep. Oh, on to home. Let's go.
The signs to baggage claim.
We made it back home. Ooh, this is maybe not my best idea.
Red Eyes. Does everyone remember the movie Red Eye?
No, like,
Rachel McAdams, Cillian Murphy.
we do not like the red eye.
Very
We're
tired.
very tired.
Let's go home and go to bed.
And just like that,
Hello.
we're back from our trip.
Well, we are, everyone. Full disclosure, Sarah, explain.
Well, the last time you saw us in this short video
Very
was
short.
Brandon and I in the monorail at the Orlando International Airport, being
Was
very
it?
tired at 7:45 in the morning.
Everyone.
Brandon was so grumpy.
Yeah, you guys are seeing. We all know about editing and filming out of order or out of the timeline, everyone. But
It's a couple weeks
It's-
after
right now is a couple
we
weeks
got back from the
after
trip.
we got back. We got back that morning. We knew 100% we were not going to film again that day, but we expected to the next day.
Yes.
And instead, we unpacked, relaxed, and Sarah got to editing the videos you've
Yes.
hopefully seen. Anyway, Sarah, go.
Yeah, so this video, just as a quick spoiler, will not be an overall review of our trip.
No.
We're going to do a totally separate video for that. We're going to talk about the highlights, any sort of pros, cons, things to know about. We'll do that in a different video.
Yeah.
This is just going to be a
Yep.
quick recap of our debarkation day, any tips or tricks or things to know about in terms of the process and how it went.
Yeah, absolutely. So this has been a short video. I just want to say we've said this before in other debriefs for our cruises we've taken on our final day or whatever, final morning. But please, 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 if you for some reason click this video first to start here, start on day one or start on any other day but today. This should be the last video you watch.
Mhm.
So, all right, you may have seen a quick cut there. Our cat Cactus, who's very famous or infamous on this channel, came up. I now have cat hair all over, but so anyway, quick cut there. Yeah, don't start with this video is all we're gonna say.
Yes.
If you've made it this far, go back, pause it or something, and come back.
Check out the rest of our series.
Yep.
So I think a couple of things. So you saw in this video, we did not do the breakfast that you normally
Nope.
do on the ship on debarkation day. So you do have options for breakfast. You can eat in the main dining based on your normal main dining time. So if you have the early dining, you have the earliest breakfast, and the later one, it's still early, but you have the little bit later breakfast. Or you can go to Cabanas or Marceline Market if you're on the Wish. So we actually decided to skip that. We did express walk off this time because we wanted to get breakfast in Vancouver.
Yeah, full disclosure, everyone knows it. We told our patrons on our live stream and everything like that. But we don't hate at all. but we have grown a little tired of the embarkation lunch and the debarkation breakfast. If you've never done it before, you should do it. I'm glad we've done it, but we've done it a lot, and it's the exact same meal.
Yeah, so I would say a pro tip is if you do have a later flight in your destination, like if you're doing the Alaska cruise or maybe another destination like Europe, or even at Port Canaveral or Miami, that might be a time to get breakfast someplace else. This was great because Vancouver is very accessible and easy to get to places, so we decided to get breakfast there. Debarkation itself, we did the express walk-off. We did have it was our first time. It was a little bit of a wait just because they were clearing with Customs and Border Control for Canada. But once we went through that, it was actually pretty quick.
It was very quick. We didn't have to. Again, we've never done express checkoff. We always have them take our bags. We always get a porter. We give our tip and everything and all that stuff. This time though, we had all our baggage with us. Pretty quick overall. Sarah's right. Took a little longer than what we thought it was going to take, but it still was quicker than not using the express.
Yeah, and just pro tip, make sure you fill out your declaration form for Customs. Get that done early so you don't have to worry about it in line or forgetting. Also, we mentioned it very briefly, but I don't know if we fully said it in the rest of the video. We did buy some canned salmon for your gal Sarah when we were in Ketchikan.
Yep,
and
a couple of them.
We got 2 cans, and I was not sure, as we were reading the declaration form, if it was going to be okay, because
no one was sure.
Yes, you can buy that in the U.S., but we were going back into Canada and then back into the U.S., so we were not sure. And actually, there's a lot of different things to think about. We saw a whole table of like ulu knives that were
confiscated initially.
Confiscated
my guess is a lot of people bought knives and stuff like that in the ports, bring them back on board the ship. Disney confiscate sounds like they're doing something horrible, but takes them from you. You can't have obviously they're not going to allow you to bring a weapon on board the ship, so they take it from you, and most likely, like the alcohol, you get it as you get off the ship, as you disembark.
Yes.
But we were curious because the forms they give you are so vague, and we read it over and over. We even went to guest services to see.
And we looked it up online.
And we looked it up online, and no one seemed to know. So we ended up taking a chance. We left that on our declaration form for Customs in Canada. We left that section blank and put it in my backpack. And we said, as soon as we walk up to this, it's not Customs and Border Patrol, Border Control or something. Yeah. We're sorry, but Canada has their own, of course. And we outright just said, hey, before you take our form from us, he was super nice and said, not a problem at all. He checked it off for us, took it and said, bye.
Yeah, he said, you're fine.
Yeah, he said, you're fine. You can bring canned goods in.
Yeah.
Or at least that time we could.
So just
this is not legal advice.
Yeah, so just something to know about.
Have water,
Be sure when you are purchasing items in Alaska that you are allowed to take them into Canada and then back into the U.S. So just keep that in mind. And again, packed luggage versus checked things, like all that kind of stuff. Just make sure you double check those.
So
because we are not experts.
No, but our interaction with the Border Patrol agent or officer, or again, whatever the terminology is in Canada, was vastly better leaving than it was entering. We'll just leave it at that because we already talked about entering.
Yeah, we'll talk more about all that in kind of a longer video.
Yeah, we will.
But then just quickly...
Seriously, we're moving on.
I'm trying to keep it punchy.
Yeah, you're right. Keep it punchy. This is only for this day. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
So then the other thing I will say, if you decide to stay at the Pan Pacific in Vancouver, there at Canada Place, you can actually check your bags that day. So for us,
awesome.
Our flight was at 4:30 in the afternoon, so we had quite a few hours during the day that we could go explore, and we obviously had lots of luggage, so we didn't want to take that. I have heard that there are also other luggage storage places within Canada Place, but because we were staying at Pan Pacific before the cruise departed, they let us know that we could actually store our luggage there, which
no
was
issues.
Great.
No
Easy.
issue.
And
they secure it. They take your luggage, put it together, put a bike lock thing on it. But always bring money to tip them because they're phenomenal. So always tip.
Yeah, definitely make sure to tip well. And then the other thing is also check the calendar for when you are traveling in and out of Canada, because we happen to be
any country.
Yes, anywhere you go. We happen to be there on a holiday, and
which we didn't know about. Our fault.
I knew about it ahead of time.
Brandon didn't. I did.
I had no idea.
But I had heard that even it's kind of like our equivalent of Labor Day or Memorial Day.
Was it Labor Day or Memorial Day? I forgot. But it was equivalent of.
Well, I mean, in terms of what's open or not.
Okay.
So I think it was Victoria Day is the holiday, and I'll put in a nice little note here. But in any event, a lot of places were actually closed, or they opened later, and we were not sure if the restaurant we were going to for breakfast, the 100% gluten-free
Heirs
spot.
Pears.
You finally got it.
Heirs Pears.
You finally got it.
And it was once again open, and once again delicious, and once again
I'm so glad.
110% gluten free. And I got the same meal. It was delicious.
Yeah, and we showed you highlights in here. Everything was great. 10 out of 10 recommend
Highly
if you were
recommend,
in the area. And then going back, we did do some geocaching. You saw a little bit of that in the video. But then as we head to the airport, here's our other pro tip for traveling in Canada, in Vancouver. If you're taking a cab, now they do have Uber, they have Lyft, and then they also have a variety of different cab services. We ended up doing a cab just because the Uber and Lyft pickup spots are in a different area. And that's what they let us know when we went to pick up our bags. The porter was like, yeah, you can do Uber or Lyft, but you're going to have to go to a different spot. There were a bunch of cabs that were right there at where the Pan Pacific is, so we decided just to do a cab. But what did the cab drivers want, Brandon?
Everybody listen.
It was really weird.
And if you're from Canada, listen. Actually, it's probably like this in the U.S. too.
I think it was just a Vancouver.
Oh, Vancouver. Listen, everybody. Listen. Hashtag listen. They are going to try to get you to pay cash there, in a cab at least. You are not required to pay cash at all, and they are required to take you if you don't have cash on you. We learned that from the porter, who was like, there's a lot of cab people, and we heard from a lot of other people that the cab people were like, no, you got to pay cash or we can't take you, that kind of. And the porter, I mean this in the best way possible, some older middle-aged guy who's clearly been doing this his whole life, he knew what he was talking about. He was like, oh, hell no. He was like, nope. So he goes, no, we'll work this out. No, so we were fine. We told the cab driver in advance, hey, we don't have cash. He said that was fine. But just a heads up, it has to be fine. Yeah, and they are required to take it. Yep.
They do have signs that say if you're going to pay by card, you have to let them know first.
Yep.
My guess is they will
just so
have the right to refuse you.
Maybe.
But they do have an app, so you could book on an app. And then we told them right away, we had cash on the way from the airport. He did not say that till we actually got to Canada Place. And he was like, you guys got cash, right?
Yeah, we were tricked, everyone.
I was like, oh no. But I guess it sounds like...
But we did have it.
Now, those of you who are Canadian or know Vancouver, you can fact check this. But I had heard that it might be because they don't get compensated as quickly when they use the credit card.
Same compensation.
The payment. It takes longer for it to be processed because you've given them cash, so you have the cash in hand, versus getting tipped and everything on their little app that they use with the.
And you can also Zillow them or Zelly. Is it? I don't know.
No. They have an app. You put your credit card in.
Okay.
The little machine they have. It's like a little reader, like we have in restaurants and stuff here.
Awesome, everyone.
But then you can download an app and pay for it there.
Well, that's cool too. Then okay, I didn't know that. That's cool. Anyway, you don't have to have cash on you. We say all that to say that.
Yeah. So just know that if you are being told by any cab drivers, you can actually use your card too.
Yes.
So just something to know about.
Yep.
And then we got back to the airport, and the airport itself, overall, okay, we were talking a lot of smack in our video, and
I still will.
Vancouver.
I don't.
Well, it's just because the layout of the airport is a little wonky. Lots of long hallways. But really, the things that we had issues with at the Vancouver airport were mostly the waiting area, because it was all up front, and WestJet. WestJet was being a little ornery.
A little ornery? But
they kept giving us mixed information about checking in.
A lot of mixed information. Yeah. And everyone, as you saw, for the first time in our lives, so please don't think we do this all the time, because we sincerely don't, but we flew first class.
On the way back. Not on the way to.
On the way back, yeah.
Yeah, I got a killer deal. So this is a travel pro tip. You don't always have to do this. Always check prices. I will often do the bundled return trip, like the round trip flights, to see what that costs. But then sometimes we've gotten some really good deals by booking one way individually. And we did this time. And I still don't know how I got the deal that I did for first class, because it was so cheap. It was basically what we paid on the way there for our regular seats, and we looked at the flights before and after our times, and the flights were just crazy expensive, so we just lucked into a deal.
Yep.
So this was both of our first times in first class.
Yeah, and it was great.
Yeah.
Now, we've been in first class before to walk through it.
Well,
and that's it. So we actually got to sit in it, and we got on first. We got free water. We got free alcohol. It was amazing, everyone. It was amazing. I don't think we fully appreciated it because we were exhausted and tired, but it was still, it's going to be hard to go, which we'll be going back. Next time we're on a plane, will probably not be first class. So, but it was awesome, and it was a great end as a way to come back to
that was
Orlando
nice because the seats were comfortable, and it was a red eye, and that was not comfortable, and that was not fun.
Yeah.
I will say we did not film a lot in LAX because we were both extremely exhausted at that point. It was nearly midnight,
It was good. Yeah.
and some crazy stuff happened
Yeah,
in the LA airport.
LAPD or the LA County Sheriff's Office, I don't know who has jurisdiction there, showed up. Not for us, obviously. It was bad.
Flight was delayed.
Our flight was delayed. It was really bad. Someone went crazy in our terminal, legitimately crazy. Got slightly physical and battered a gate attendant. It was not good.
It was scary.
Yeah, we did not film that. We joke a lot. Maybe had I been in a better mood, I had filmed it and gone, World Star, World Star. No, I wouldn't have everyone. Does everyone remember World Star? Is that even still a thing? But yeah, so delayed a lot of stuff. A lot of law enforcement shows up. Anyway, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
It was not pretty.
Yeah, just
Thank you, LA.
fellow reminders: if you're kind and polite, the world will be right.
Someone was not kind and polite,
Well,
and
they
the
were
world
not.
got all wrong for him, and he's probably on a no-fly list now.
Yeah,
So,
it was not a good night. But
no,
that was
we'll leave it at that.
not our flight.
No.
Our flight was delayed, so we got out a half an hour later than we should have. We were exhausted. It was very tiring.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 do not recommend red eyes.
No, I've done them
No,
before.
not fun.
When my dad and I, a long time ago, now went to Italy and Greece. We did a red eye coming back. I think that's it. It was awful. I forgot how awful it was. Again, first class was amazing. The service in first class was
Yeah, it was
amazing.
awesome.
Seats were amazing. The technology was amazing. All this stuff was amazing. But the red eye, it just kills you.
Yeah.
It's just,
So I guess that's another travel thing is just, think about what works for you and your family. This was ultimately was the best option for us, but we were tired.
yeah, very, like I said, we knew we weren't going to do this video that day when we got back, but we assumed it'd be the next day and 2 weeks later. Excuse me. Well, you've seen all the videos already,
Yeah.
so.
And I was very glad that we got a direct flight there. That was actually, that worked out really well.
Yeah, very well,
So
very well.
overall, it was a really long travel day.
I didn't like the day, but I loved the food at Heirs Pears. And it was very sad, as it always is, to leave any cruise ship. And it's not just Disney, it's any
No.
cruise ship out there, but especially Disney because Disney's best. But it's always sad when we left the Wonder, it was like every time, you can't wait to get home, but you're also very sad to leave and
Yeah.
everything. So anyway, it was a long day. We had delicious breakfast. At least we had good company. I hope I'm good company. But first class was awesome. Disaster at LAX, but when isn't it a disaster
We made it
at
through.
LAX? We made it through, and yeah, we're back.
Yeah. So coming up, we will be doing some individual excursion videos. They may not be the best. I apologize in advance. We didn't do the best job doing intros and outros for those. So we thought we would still do them because then you at least get to see a longer version of the excursion. So if that's something you're interested in, and we know a lot of times people will just look up the excursion. So we thought we would kind of break those out for people.
Yep.
So if you want to see more of a deep dive into an excursion and what was in it and more highlights, because we took so much footage, you'll get to see that. And then we'll also do just an overview of the cruise.
A couch video.
Yeah.
Hashtag couch video. Everyone leave it in the comment. Just hashtag couch video. You guys know you love hashtag debrief. You love hashtag couch videos because they might last 10 minutes. They might last an hour. You never know. Nobody knows. So yeah, you might get an hour-long time of us just talking.
Yeah.
But leave a comment. Well, did you say that or not? No. Leave a comment for questions you have, and we'll answer them. If you have any questions, leave a comment here or any other video on our Instagram, our Facebook page, Patreon group, anything you want, and we'll answer it.
Yes. So let us know. We hope you enjoyed the series.
We hope
had
so.
the best time on this trip.
Amazing.
I'm so glad that we have to share some of it with all of you.
Yeah, just a tiny bit we shared.
Yeah,
it
so
felt
much.
like we shared a lot, but highest of high recommends. If you ever want to go and have the opportunity to go, highest of high recommends. And
Yes.
we'll talk more about that. We already have. You guys have seen like 8 videos now.
Yeah, so
9
stay
videos.
tuned. More cruise
Yep.
stuff coming up soon, but this does wrap up our actual vlog series, and now you'll see some excursion
Kinda
stuff
sad.
and some wrap up stuff.
Yeah, but thank you. Namaste. Thank you to all our patrons on Patreon. Amazing. Our subscribers are amazing. You're even more amazing if you hit a thumbs up and leave a nice comment. But no, thank you. Hopefully you really enjoyed these videos. We didn't enjoy making them. We loved making them.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was just amazing. Anyway, you've seen it. If you haven't, go back, watch them again. And that's it.
And with that,
With that,
we'll see you soon.
bye.
Bye.